Hello, sign of Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 6th, or whenever you find this. So, my darling Cancers, as I was getting ready to do this, I felt my heart lift and I had an image. I had an image of you as a little kid happily playing in a tidal pool. You're looking at all the things that were in the water and you reach in and a little crab, quite appropriately, grabs your finger and you look at it, but you flick it off. You just go like that. And that's the feeling that I'm getting with this reading. It is that it is time for you to flick off the annoyance and not take it personally when something snaps at you or bites at you or creates a hurt. You don't have to turn it into a big pain. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain this because Cancer is a very, very sensitive sign. And the reality is, many Cancers, and I say this because I have a Cancer rising sign, and it's very strong in my chart. Cancer signs are one of the most perceptive and empathic and empathetic signs that you will find in the zodiac. The triad, the negative, positive, neutral pole energetically, places the Cancer triad right over the heart chakra and the breast. So it's very much a part of the energy of the sign of Cancer to feel, to really feel, to be so aware of the energy around them that they very often become caretakers. And they can do it very, very well, but as with any sign that is very empathic and is looking to take care of, there is very often the chance that it overrides and the likelihood that it overrides their best interest, often, because they're paying attention to other people. Now, with the sign of Cancer, very much so, because they're so empathic, they're hypersensitive to other people's pain. So yes, it can be because you don't want to be rejected, that you're, taking care of people. It can be a lot of that, but a lot of it is that they really, really are so acutely aware of the discomfort of people around them that in order to avoid that pain, because they haven't as children developed the ability to set a boundary so that they don't take that energy in, it can become very much a part of their operating system as a self-protection with using the only tools they know, and that is to try to manage the situation and the people and people's emotions around them as much as possible. It's almost as though they become the emotional buffer for situations, and so very much can be, I was going to say, the central figure in the family, the old typical, it is the woman's role to manage the emotions of the entire family. Well, of course, it's not just women, right? And I've seen it many times, certainly in men, that it's just this quality of feelingness. It tends to be more pronounced, generally speaking, in women with a lot of female energy or men with a lot of female energy in them, because the female energy naturally is receptive. And so there's a tendency to take it in. Now, where does this leave you? This leaves you very often being extremely sensitive, right? Sensitive to other people's feelings and emotions, but also sensitive to what people say about you and the image that people have of you. It's so easy to take it personally because what you don't get is the fact that people saying and doing and being who they are, they don't think and feel the same way you do. They don't process emotion in the same way that you do. So it's very easy to take it personally and let what would be a small slight to other people be a big slight to you. So it's very easy to feel attacked, to feel betrayed, let down, to have doubts and not really be sure about what's going on because you're looking at the situation with all of this emotional information at your disposal. And you're trying to figure out how the other person can possibly behave this way if this is the reality. But they're not getting that that's the reality. It's not just that they're not even aware of what your feelings are. They're not processing the information in the same way that you are, and they're not as aware of their feelings. If somebody is not able to be empathic or empathetic towards you, how are they going to know what you're feeling? And the thing with a Cancer is that because we're so aware of what other people are feeling, it's like we expect people to also be aware of what we're feeling. It's like, well, I shouldn't have to tell them that that hurts my feelings. I shouldn't have to tell them that I'm not feeling seen and I would like to be appreciated more for what I've done or for who I am, or be supported in this new thing that I'm trying. It's obvious, isn't it? No, because a lot of people are just not operating on that frequency. So my lovely Cancers, the beautiful thing about this is you are coming to a point in your time and in your life where you're going, no, that's not okay. That's not enough. But you're doing it now with more of a sense of confidence, because that's one of the things that when you're not really sure what's going on emotionally, when you're trying to read the room, when you're trying to figure out why somebody is behaving this way and hurting you in this way, as opposed to just going, oh, that's just the way they think. It's not about me. I don't need to take it personally. They're not working with this information and deciding to be this way with me anyway. I mean, obviously, some people are. And, obviously, we can look at people who have a lot of narcissistic tendencies, being very drawn to extremely empathic people. So that is something to pay attention to if you find yourself or have found yourself in relationships like that. But now what's happening is, look at the image. The image is you're a child and you're playing. You are playing, and you are playing in a way where you're not getting hurt. You're also, as a Cancer sign, not in the water. You're on the land. And that's what it feels like to me too, is that you are coming onto land now because you have a containment for yourself that is based in more of an understanding of what your value is. And the great thing is as you start developing that confidence, knowing that you can go into the world and that the world's opinion of you is not going to crash you. You might be more sensitive to it, and that's okay, because that is one of your superpowers, is your sensitivity. Now you're at a point where you can honor that sensitivity. It's like so much of your life you've been told you're too sensitive. Well, what's too sensitive? Too sensitive for you, maybe, who doesn't want to deal with emotion. Too sensitive because you don't have the time to listen and hear what I'm feeling and then respond appropriately. But too sensitive in the case of how you want to be with yourself in the world means you don't want to be sensitive to the point where other people's opinions of you take you down, or discredit you in your own eyes, or take away your sense of confidence and your inner strength. You can respond. You can create the boundaries that you need now. You don't have to have barriers. You don't have to have a shell up that keeps you away from the world. Because now, with that understanding and that inner sense of confidence that's been growing for you over the last few years, I would say, you have the ability, and you know that you can negotiate the boundary. And you know you're sensitive, so you know how to take care of yourself. And this is important, when you are in a position where you know you're highly sensitized at a certain point in your life, whether it's because of your hormones, whether it's because of other events that are going on, having to manage a lot of other energy, a lot of work, not being able to rest as much as you've needed to, you know that you are more inclined to be affected by external energy. As a Cancer, it's your job to say, all right, I need to manage the situation better. I'm not going to respond to what their needs are if what I need is to say, no, thank you, I'm going to stay home tonight. Or, thank you very much, but unless we can take a rain check on that project, I'm going to have to defer. It's you learning how to manage your energy. But now you're having more of a confidence in that, because now you are not undermining your own value and the value of your sensitivity, the value of your intuition, and your creativity. Now, here's the other really good thing about this is, because you're developing this awareness of your sensitivity, and you're appreciating it. It's no longer a weakness, it's becoming your superpower. That also lends you the confidence to start being creative in a different way. When our energy is always taken up managing the emotion around us, we don't have the ability to focus our energy on the creative flow that's moving through us. And as a water sign, Cancer, you have a lot of creativity at your availability. You have a lot of at your availability. That's not proper English. Whatever. You get it. You have the ability to really tune into that watery flow and experience it with heartfelt awareness and sensitivity. Now, keep in mind also, part of the reason Cancer is so sensitive is because it's centered in the chest, in the heart chakra, okay? The heart chakra emits the broadest field of energy, far more reaching than even the brain, okay? It's expanded. And so you're a lot more inclined to pick things up. Your little feelers are out there and you're feeling it. But as you know, energy doesn't just go out, it comes back in and it goes out. It doesn't just go up and down the spine, it goes out and back in. So you can be in touch with the world around you, and you will be. So be aware of the world you're putting around you. What soothes you, what inspires you. You are now becoming this, I don't want to call you a plant, I don't want to call you an organism, but you are becoming this vibrant, energetic being that has the capacity to really feel the world around you, to decide what you want to take in and where you want to be, and then bring it back to the center, and then decide, what do you want to do with this? And part of that is how you're going to be creative. Are you going to be, now, keep in mind, creative, I'm going to read you the card for creativity. Excuse me. Creativity is an energy and is designed to be lived and appreciated in all acts of life, from the socks you choose to the kind of mustard you put on your sandwich. Creativity is not a gift endowing the bearers with membership to a private and elite club. Okay? Creativity doesn't have to be creating a sculpture or doing a painting. Creativity can be in how you decide you're going to manage your time, how you're going to structure a course, how you're going to manifest a different life, a plan for manifesting a different life. Creativity is just it's a broad term for living in relationship to your feelings and letting it manifest whatever is appropriate for your soul journey. And that it's exploratory and you can enjoy the exploration. It's like that beautiful tidal pool, you know? And if you stick your finger on a crab and you don't like it, flick it off and look at the next thing. Spirit is really guiding you. Calm focus. Play. Let go. Notice whatever voices are in your head saying, no, you can't. Then turn around and go, who says? Why not? And this is where you're at. It's who says, why not? I am a Cancer, and I have sensitivity, and I have intuition, and I'm proud of it, and I'm strong in it, and I will no longer let it be my Achilles heel. It doesn't need to be. Just because the world out there didn't know how to deal with it and looked at me in a way that didn't honor it, I am no longer accepting that vision of myself. I am honoring myself. Okay, move, say, let yourself be calm, let yourself stay quiet when you need to. Pay attention when you're just paying lip service to something because that's what you've always done in order to keep the peace. What do you really mean? What do you need to say? What do you want to say? It's time to look at yourself with new eyes and take on this new vision of yourself and start saying yes to those things that make you feel good, that honor who you are, that honor this new vision of yourself that you wish to embody. It's time. The world needs strongly sensitive, healthily boundaried people who can be intuitive and creative in all the different ways this world is going to need us to be creative because the systems and the paradigms are changing. And this is your time to shine. Okay, Cancers? God love you. Enjoy those tidal pools. And I'm going to leave this reading with you for now. I'll be back next week. If you care to like, share, subscribe, all would be greatly appreciated. And if not, I'll still be back next week and you're welcome to join me. So have fun in your great bounty that is you. Take care.